Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Monday, July 7th, 2025. Fans can expect Victor Newman, Eric Bredin to seize an opportunity to strike back. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford chases after Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer gives Audra Charles silver mixed signals. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Kyle Abbott's mixed signals. Let's begin with Kyle and Audra, who are stuck spending time together on this trip to Nice. While they can't leave and have no way to communicate with the outside world, Audra suggests that they do some brainstorming. The only problem is that Audra isn't dressed. In a preview clip, Kyle gets up from a chair and tells Audra to get dressed and they can discuss business in the dining hall. The brunette doesn't wait for Kyle to leave. Instead, she starts to disrobe right there in front of him. So, will Kyle fall into temptation, or will keep walking out? Audra Charles perplexed. While Kyle rejects Audra's temptation, she will wonder why. Audra will need something to report back to Victor. Although Audra has always been able to seduce men in the past, her charm just doesn't seem to be working on Kyle lately. With how hard Audra is trying, it just might have tipped him off. Jack Abbott troubled over with Jack Abbott. Peter Bergman. A preview clip shows that he's really troubled about Jabbo. The company has already been targeted by Victor. However, Jack could soon realize that he faces a double threat. As long as they have no communication, Kane is taking charge in Genoa City. Victor Newman's opportunity. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor had his suspicions about Kane being Aristotle Dumas since the trip began. The patriarch also assured Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, that he already has a plan. It is teased that Victor will strike back at Kane. So what does he do, and how will this affect the situation? Monday, July 7th, 2025, it is also teased that Phyllis chases after Kane. Fans know that Kane told Phyllis there could be a spot for her on the team later on. However, he needed to know if Phyllis was willing to betray Jack and even Nick. Phyllis said she was, but this could have been a trick question. If Phyllis is so quick to betray her friends, then Kane would be a fool to trust her. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, July 7th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Monday, July 7th. Victor's opportunity. Kyle's mixed signals. Jack troubled. The dawn of Monday, July 7th, rises over Genoa City like a warning flare, streaking crimson through the summer sky. It's the kind of day where the air feels charged, thick with tension. As though the city itself senses secrets on the brink of exposure. Behind polished boardroom doors and sunlit coffeehouse windows, alliances are shifting, old ghosts are rattling their chains, and decisions are being made that will change the lives of the Newmans, the Abbotts, and everyone caught in the storm between them. At Newman Enterprises, Victor Newman stands by the floor-to-ceiling windows of his office, gazing out over Genoa City as though he owns every brick and blade of grass. In many ways, he does. But for Victor, power is never enough. He craves legacy. He craves the security of knowing his empire will stand unchallenged long after he's gone. And as the first sip of his morning coffee scalds his tongue, Victor is already plotting. He's received a whisper of a business opportunity that could expand Newman Enterprises into a lucrative new field, renewable energy technology. It's the perfect move for a company eager to polish its image and prove itself forward-thinking. But the technology is experimental, the patents tangled in litigation, and several companies are circling like sharks, eager to devour the venture before Victor can stake his claim. Still, Victor's mind works like a chess master's. He sees not only the moves in front of him but the ones 3 turns ahead. He calls Nikki into his office, her blonde hair gleaming under the recessed lights, her face showing curiosity and caution in equal measure. "You're up to something," she says, crossing her arms. "I can tell by the glint in your eye." Victor offers that half-smile he saves for moments of pure business intrigue. This renewable energy deal could solidify our hold over an entire emerging sector. And it's also a chance to push Jabbo aside. They've been sniffing around the same tech through a subsidiary. Nikki sighs. "Victor, don't tell me this is just about beating Jack Abbott." Victor bristles. "It's about protecting this company's future, my dear. And if Jack Abbott wants to make this personal, so be it." Nikki warns him to tread carefully, but Victor's already moving. He places calls to international lawyers, consults private investigators, and sets up a meeting for later that day with a key investor who might hand him the leverage he needs. Meanwhile, across town at Jabo, Jack Abbott is pacing the length of his office like a man possessed. His eyes are bloodshot, his tie askew, as he skims through an email filled with unsettling news. Jabo's legal team has discovered that a competitor, none other than Newman Enterprises, is close to outbidding them on the renewable tech patents. The implications are catastrophic. Not only could Jabo lose millions, but Jack fears Victor's incursion into this sector could be the opening volley in a renewed corporate war. Ashley steps into his office, her expression crisp as ever. "You look like you've been through a shredder. Is this about the energy tech again?" Jack rakes a hand through his hair. "Victor's moving in on the patents. If he gets them, he'll control half the suppliers we've been cultivating. He'll use it to squeeze us out." Ashley frowns. "Victor isn't invincible. There are other routes we can take." Jack slams his hand on the desk. "No, this is exactly how he works. He'll gobble up everything and leave us fighting for scraps. And worst of all, I'm getting signals from Kyle that he might be talking to Victor." Ashley stiffens. "Kyle? Are you serious?" Jack exhales. Shakily, he's been acting strange for days. Skipping meetings, taking private calls. I can't tell if he's protecting me or selling me out. Ashley's jaw tightens. "I'll talk to him." At that precise moment, Kyle Abbott strides through the Jabo corridors, his phone buzzing incessantly in his pocket. His mind is a battlefield. On one side is loyalty to his father and to the Abbott legacy. On the other is the ruthless reality that Genoa City's business world rewards the sharks, not the sentimental. Kyle's recent conversations with an intermediary connected to Victor Newman have left him reeling. Victor has made overtures, discreet but undeniable. Promises of a leadership role, independent ventures, resources that would let Kyle build his own empire rather than live in Jack's shadow. For a young man hungry for power, it's tempting, but the cost might be betraying his own family. As Kyle steps into the Jabo lab to check on a product rollout, he finds Summer Newman waiting. For him, she's radiant, but her eyes are clouded with Summer suspicion. Demands. Kyle hesitates. Meetings, phone calls. You know how it is. Summer crosses her arms. "Stop, don't business me, Kyle. I heard from Chance that Victor's been poking around renewable tech patents. And I also heard Victor's been asking questions about you. Tell me the truth, are you working with my grandfather behind Jabo's back?" Kyle's pulse skitters. "Summer, I'm not working with Victor. But I'd be lying if I said he hasn't approached me." Summer stares at him in stunned silence. "Are you thinking about it?" Kyle leans against the lab bench, his voice low. "It's complicated. Victor's offering me a chance to build something of my own. Dad still treats me like a junior executive. I want more." Summer huffs. "More? At the cost of everything your family built." Kyle winces. "I haven't made any decisions yet." Summer shakes her head. "I can't believe you'd even consider betraying your father." Kyle seizes her arm gently. "It's not about betrayal. It's about survival. If Victor buys those patents, Jabo could be crippled. If I'm on the inside, maybe I can protect our interests." Summer looks torn, caught between loyalty to her father's side of the family and to the Abbotts, whom she loves fiercely. She whispers, "Be careful, Kyle. My grandfather eats people alive." Meanwhile, back at Newman Enterprises, Victor is meeting with Lionel Markham, a venture capitalist known for swooping into high-tech markets and flipping companies for huge profits. Lionel leans forward, offering Victor a digital tablet. "These are the details on the renewable patents. There's another player who's making moves on them, Jack Abbott." Victor's eyes glint with satisfaction. "Then I'll make sure Jack Abbott is out of the running." Lionel smiles thinly. "Jack's not your only problem. There's been chatter that the patents are tied up in a scandal. The original research might involve illegal testing on human subjects overseas." Victor frowns. "Are you certain?" "Certain. Enough to scare off some investors." Victor leans back in his chair, drumming his fingers on the table. He's torn between the enormous upside of acquiring the patents and the PR disaster if the rumors prove true. But Victor Newman is not a man who shies away from dirty waters. He calls Michael Baldwin into his office. "I need you to dig into these allegations." Quietly, Michael arches an eyebrow. "Planning to buy the patents even if there's blood on them?" Victor fixes him with a cold stare. "Business is war, Michael." While Victor sharpens his knives, Jack sits alone in his office, staring at a photograph of the Abbott family. His father's face gazes back at him, a reminder of legacy, of the moral high ground that John Abbott believed in so fiercely. Jack feels himself caught between his father's idealism and the savage corporate world that Victor Newman rules so effectively. He whispers to the photo, "Dad, how do I fight him without becoming him?" At society later that evening, Jack runs into Nikki, who's having a quiet dinner alone. The tension between them crackles like static. Nikki tries to play the encounter off as casual, but Jack sees through her immediately. "You're here to spy for Victor," Jack accuses. Nikki sighs, "Jack, I'm not here to spy. I'm worried about you. You look exhausted." Jack's voice softens. "I am exhausted, Nikki. I'm tired of fighting Victor. But I can't let him destroy everything my father built." Nikki reaches out, touching his hand. "I don't want you and Victor at war again. It tears this town apart." Jack smiles faintly. "Tell your husband that." Meanwhile, Kyle sits alone in Chancellor Park, replaying every conversation he's had with Victor's people. He's tempted, so tempted, to step into the power Victor offers. Yet he keeps remembering the look in his father's eyes, wounded, desperate. He knows that if he crosses that line, there might be no coming back. Summer finds him there, silhouetted under the street lamps. She sits beside him, taking his hand. "Whatever you decide, Kyle, just remember who you are, and who you'll hurt." And as the night descends over Genoa City, Victor leans back in his office chair, smiling like a predator. The renewable patents are closer than ever, and so is his chance to deliver a crushing blow to Jack Abbott. But whispers of scandal threaten to taint the entire venture, and Victor knows the next few days will be critical. Monday, July 7th. Promises to bring everything to a boil. Victor's ruthless pursuit of power, Kyle's mixed signals that could either save or doom Jabba, and Jack's inner turmoil as he prepares for yet another round in a fight he's not sure he can win. Loyalties will be tested, secrets will spill, and Genoa City will be left reeling as the lines between business and betrayal blur once again. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our America News YouTube channel for more update news.